won't shut off like the interviews last night.
I got an interview in the gazebo area.
Yeah, we just posted it this morning.
We're filming you, interviewing me, filming me, and filming, right? Something with the question.
Yeah, so we'll get a great effect. Looking at this from the financial side, obviously you took that machine in trade-in, so you had no idea to what extent you'd have to fix it. If the customer had said, just fix this for me, and had asked you, okay, fix this for me and return it, what would have been the cost to the customer? And to follow up, because there are so many new people in the field that I suspect, unlike many in the audience, wouldn't even think of fixing their own machines. Do you anticipate a lot of those people, as they get into the hobby and start buying these machines, do you anticipate a lot of trade-ins because they have no clue that either how to fix it themselves or have no interest in learning?
Yes, actually, that's a great question, because we're now fielding a lot of people that don't want to deal with it. They buy something on eBay and they have it shipped right to us. We have a pretty good idea. A $6 million man, the shop job you saw, we charge between $2,000 and $2,500, because we don't know what we're going to find. We keep track of all the parts and such. We charge $65 an hour shop time. A game with ramps, more elaborate, going to be $2,500 to $3,000. In fact, we just did a haunted house. It came out beautiful, and we left for the show. We stayed overnight with Mike at Automated, and Jersey Jackie very graciously had us over. And after I arrived, I got a picture on my cell phone that the haunted house back glass from the overhaul was in a whole pile of little tiny nuggets. And nobody will tell me who broke it. But somebody said, well, maybe Frank did. I said, no, Frank's in the truck with me.
Probably Jonathan.
Jonathan, that little creep. No, he was actually down the shore. He was actually down the shore picking up an earth shaker. The lady, thought she did her research. I've done my research. I know what this is worth. I said, oh, okay. I know these are selling for thousands of dollars. I said, oh, put it on Craigslist. Make it 6,000. As make it 7,000, and then I'd say they're going to be lined up around the block to pick up your earth shaker, lined up around the block. So a week later, she calls back. Maybe I'll sell it to you after all. And then, of course, she gives me that lovely message. You call her phone, and she gives you, call me, and we can set up a time. The mailbox is full. No more messages are available. So that happened. That was yesterday, actually. But anyway. That's what does happen, but that's a general cost. Now, somebody is sending us, let's see, we got an Adams family, somebody dropped that off. Some people actually drive it here. They're heading to a show, or they're going to visit their friends or family, and they drop it off, and then they come back in 2 or 3 weeks or whenever. We have some machines in our warehouse that have been there for months. I hate finishing a game, and then the guy tells me he lost his job, he doesn't know when he's going to have the money, and the game sits there in the warehouse for 2 or 3 years. We've had it. That happens with layaway. I think I mentioned you. I have a game on layaway. He's been still making payments since 1999. Now, I did calculations with the money he's paid, and he will have it paid off in full in 2050. Okay, because I get $25, I get $30. I said, this is great. I said, I'll be here, I'll take it off the rack myself. And I said, do you realize that's 32 years from now is when you'll have this paid off? Oh, I'm going to pay it off, I promise, I'll pay it off. I said, oh, I'll leave it up on the shelf. So, NBA Fast Break, that's going to be an old machine by the time he finally gets that. The game of the future. In the meantime, I didn't bother telling him, but we've robbed parts out of it for other NBA Fast Breaks. I'm not worried about finding the parts, because this will probably turn into, never be picked up or whatever. And it does happen. I've had people drop games off and I never hear from them again.
Do those people get back to you and say, if I can't pay for this game, can you sell this game to pay for the cost and whatever?
Believe it or not, I've never had that happen. And I've lost track of at least 150 people that I never heard from again. And I either have their game or games. And then I do a 3-year guarantee. Hold it for 3 years. Your credit's good for 3 years. If I don't hear from you, That's the end of it.
You can create an abandoned arcade.
Every month I sit by the shredder and I go, and off they are. Now, if they show up 5 years later or 10 years, I had somebody show up and he says, I put money down on a game. Didn't even remember what game it was. And I said, I put $100 deposit on this game. I know it was probably about 15 or 20 years ago. So I don't have the slip. Do you have the slip? No, I don't have the slip. And I remember I was here. And I said, okay, pick out anything in the showroom. I'll give you $100 off. And that's the end of it. They walk out. So that's it. That's what happens, you know. Now then you deal with things like this. It's still 11:30, folks, so we have some time. But I have to read you this email that came while we were doing the interview. I think I read it to you. Let me read this to you. It's precious. Now, let me see where she is. Just scan up here and find it. As I said, I'm going to keep this and read it to you folks. I'm going to find it. It's got to be here someplace. I get a lot of people that ask me for free advice. So I love answering the free advice division. And people of all shapes and sizes call and ask, maybe under my old emails. Let me see if I can track it down. Oh, I see, Dave, you've posted about our talk today. I just see a notification from you. I have a bunch of people. Here it is. Now, this is 2 sentences, and I'll stop at the first question mark. The subject line is 1966 Casanova Flipper Pinball. That's the subject. Here it is. Hey, TNT Museums. I was just wondering how much it would cost to get an almost fully functional 1966 Williams Casanova pinball machine. For some reason, it shocks you from different places, oddly, but the playfield paint is chipped up and scratched, but everything on the playfield works. But you guys repaint playfields and touch up back glasses, right? Question mark. Next sentence. Because that needs done. And I can't really find the time to do it. I'm far away in Ohio. But how much would it cost to find out why it's shocking me and to touch up the back glass and playfield? Now, isn't that lovely? So I'd like to respond, dear idiot, you imbecile, or why are you bothering me? Of course not. I haven't responded yet. How should I respond to that? What do you think I should say? Call somebody local?
Wear gloves.
Wear gloves.
So you won't get shot.
What day do they pick up the big garbage in your neighborhood? That's a favorite one. I just thought of it, Frank. I'll ask him, do you fish? I said, well, yes. I said, well, listen, you know, you go out on one of those little bass boats, when you find a good place where the bass are biting, so tie a heavy rope around it, drop it off the side, keep you in place while you fish for the day, and then when you're done, cut the rope. Float away in the boat. I don't know. I'm going to get a ton of thumbs down on that. It's not going to like that. But every day, I'm not kidding, I get 3, 4, 5 people. One guy emailed me, wanted me to call him and tell him why his shuffle light doesn't work, because he has 8 children going to be at his house for a big party today. And he's got me, I have to tell him how to fix it. Didn't buy it from me. The guy I bought it from probably hangs up on him. But just constant free advice. But that's what happened. Did I answer that okay?
Oh, it was wonderful. My camera didn't even want to shut off this time.
You and your cameras. Anybody else have any questions?